What if rushing is not a symptom, but the silent enemy that has been shaping your whole life without you noticing? What if hurry is the thief that steals the only things you ever truly wanted? Peace, clarity, joy, presence. And what if slowing down is not laziness, but the highest form of intelligence? Imagine this: you're not running out of time. Time is running out of you. Drop by drop, every rushed moment drains a part of your soul, because a hurried life is never a full one. It's just a long blur pretending to be living. What would change today if you simply refused to rush? What if the world lied to you? What if the constant pressure to hurry is the very reason you feel disconnected, tired, and lost? Here's the truth: nothing in nature rushes, yet everything happens, and maybe that's the wisdom your life has been missing. This is a philosophy for a gentler, wiser, more conscious life. Living without hurry. Most people today don't feel exhausted because life is hard. They feel exhausted because they're re-sprinting through a life that was never meant to be a race. Hurry is a habit, a reflex, a cultural addiction. It's the belief that if you're not rushing, you're falling behind. But behind who? Behind what? Rushing makes you forget who you are. It makes you forget what you value. It makes you forget why you started. A hurried mind cannot feel gratitude. A hurried heart cannot feel love. A hurried life cannot feel itself. Before we go deeper, take a breath. If this already speaks to you, subscribe to the channel so these reminders find you when you need them most. Let me tell you a story about a fisherman, not a metaphor, a real man in a quiet coastal village. He woke before sunrise every day, not to race the world, but to greet it. He sailed out in the gentle morning light and caught exactly the amount of fish he needed. Then he returned home, drank warm tea with his wife, listened to his children laugh, watched the tide move like breath. He lived with a pace that could be called ancient, or perhaps simply human. One afternoon, a businessman visited the village. He saw the fisherman resting and approached him. "Why don't you fish longer?" the businessman asked. "You could earn more, buy bigger boats, build a fleet, grow a company, become wealthy." And then, he continued proudly, "after years of hard work, you can retire and finally enjoy life." The fisherman smiled gently. "I'm already enjoying life now," he said. "So tell me, why should I hurry, just to return to what I already have?" The businessman had no answer, because rushing made sense in his world, but not in reality. The fisherman had discovered something we often forget. The purpose of life is not to accumulate, but to experience. We spend years chasing the things we already possess: calm, presence, enoughness, but we can't feel them because we're too busy rushing. Rushing is the fear of not being enough, but slowing down is the confidence that you already are. A hurried life is a distracted life, and a distracted life is a wasted one. The world teaches speed. Your soul teaches depth. Only one of them leads to peace. Think of the last time you truly felt alive. Were you rushing, or were you present? Your best memories came slowly, because your heart needs time to feel. In a culture obsessed with efficiency, slowing down feels rebellious. But the rebellion is necessary, because your humanity depends on it. If you believe slowing down is a form of wisdom, take a second, breathe, and subscribe to this channel so we can walk this path together. Here's the part most people avoid. When you hurry through life, you don't just miss the small things. You miss yourself. You miss the warmth of sunlight on your skin. You miss the quiet gratitude of a simple morning. You miss the sound of someone who loves you, calling your name. And worst of all, you miss your own breath. Hurry shrinks your awareness. It turns every day into a checklist. It turns time into an enemy. You begin living for later, and later never arrives. Life doesn't speed up when you hurry. It only becomes blurry. When you slow down, the world doesn't fall apart, but the illusions do. Here's what slow living really means. Not doing less, but doing things with intention. Not moving slower, but moving consciously. Not rejecting ambition, but rejecting panic. Try this tomorrow morning. Wake up and sit still for 1 minute. Let the day come to you instead of chasing it. You will feel something shift, a gentle clarity, a softness in your chest, a quiet strength. Slow is smooth. Smooth is peaceful. Peaceful is powerful. Living slowly is not about moving at a snail's pace. It's about choosing what matters. It's about ending the war with time. It's about replacing urgency with presence. The Stoics never rushed. Why? Because they knew a simple truth. A calm mind is a superior mind. You think better when you're not running. You decide better when you're not panicking. You live better when you're not performing. Eastern philosophy teaches, when you walk, just walk. When you eat, just eat. Presence transforms ordinary moments into sacred ones. Your phone, your inbox, your schedule, none of these deserve the urgency you've been giving them, but your inner peace does. If you want more moments like this, moments that remind you who you are, take a second and subscribe to the channel so this wisdom stays with you long after the video ends. Thank you for slowing down with me. Even for these few minutes, it matters more than you think. Life is not a race, it's a rhythm. And when you learn to move with that rhythm gently, wisely, consciously, you stop chasing peace. It finds you. Living without hurry is not a lifestyle. It's a return home to the part of you that's been waiting for you to slow down so it can finally speak.